Alright, looks like we are up and streaming. Okay, I've got the engine already running here. Let me drop it down just a little bit so it's not overwhelming me while I talk through the flight brief here. So this is going to be the Cat 5 rating on PilotEdge. Let me walk you through it. This is part of the Communication Airspace Training Program on PilotEdge. PilotEdge monthly service. You pay a monthly fee. You get real-world level air traffic control from actual human beings who go by the book. Lots of real-world pilots use PilotEdge for proficiency. Lots of flight schools use it for flight training. The military uses it for training controllers as well as pilots. Let me just hear how this sounds. All right, that sounds pretty good. And each rating takes you through a different part of kind of learning the communications and airspace system in the United States. The 5 is a towered airport to another towered airport with flight following along the way. In this case, going from Santa Maria to Bakersfield. We're going to do this in a simulated SR-22 today, and we're going to use PilotEdge, meaning we're not going to use the moving map or the GPS. We're going to fly looking out the window, which the weather looks like it will accommodate. If it doesn't, we will figure out as we go. I was planning on 7,500, but I guess I better check and make sure the weather actually allows that. Broken 11,000. Yeah, it looks fine. If we go over to Bakersfield, Bakersfield is reporting sky clear. So we should be good. We'll see what the sim gives us, but we should be all right. So basically, if you go to the PilotEdge website, it has a web page for every one of the cat ratings. It takes you through what you're supposed to do. The air traffic control system in the United States is broken into sectors. We're in the Los Angeles sector. And from the ground to the tower to people controlling airplanes coming and going with arrivals and departures to what are called center frequencies, it's like a set of nested wedding cakes on top of each other, or layers, where different air traffic control operators talk to airplanes and manage airspace. If you're on an instrument flight plan, you're talking to a controller all the time. You have a plan that's filed that they've approved, and you're going and doing exactly what they tell you to do in terms of direction, airspeed, and altitude. If you're a VFR pilot and you don't have an instrument flight plan, you're required to maintain separation from other aircraft by yourself. Basically, look out the window, use your ADS-B, which tells you where their airplanes are, if you have it, and try not to hit anybody. Which is fine, but you can maybe want a little more reassurance than that when you're flying around, and that's what flight following or advisories allow you to do. Basically, you'll talk to an air traffic controller who won't guarantee to give you separation. It's not their responsibility to make sure you don't hit another airplane or terrain, but they'll sort of look over your shoulder and keep an eye on you. They'll give you advisories of traffic around you. They'll give you advisories of terrain and obstructions, and it's an extra safety measure. And also for them, if they aren't too busy, it's, I presume, helpful because they're talking to a VFR pilot. They can then know what their intentions are and what they're doing. So the procedure for that is pretty straightforward. You basically take off. You then call the controller for the controlling frequency that you're in the airspace of. You ask them for either flight following or advisories. When you do that, you tell them who you are, what type of airplane you are, what altitude you're at, what altitude you're climbing to if you're climbing to an altitude, and what your destination is, and ask for advisories. If they agree to give you coverage, and it's elective, they don't have to, it depends on workload, they'll give you a code to enter into your transponder, a discrete code that tells them where you are, exactly who you are on their screen, and then as long as they choose to control you, they will give you advisories and kind of look over your shoulder, including passing you off from sector to sector. So it's a nice thing to have, and it's a nice feature of the airspace system. When I was flying in the real world, I would get it a lot. Like I would never try to not have advisories. And once again, my push-to-talk switch doesn't seem to be working very well. There we go. And it's a extra safety measure. So this is meant to test that. PilotEdge shows you how to walk through it all on their website, which is all very helpful. In terms of our flight today, we're basically going from SMX, Santa Maria. Since we're doing PilotEdge, we're going to kind of come up here. We're going to pick up this dry lake bed. We'll follow the road, and then basically we'll take a 57-degree heading straight to Bakersfield, and then Bakersfield approach, and the tower actually will tell us pattern entry and where they want us to come in and where they want us to land. How do you know what the controlling frequency is? Well, the airport facility directory, which you can buy as a book or is available online, it's way too thick as a book, has pages for every airport. You go to the website for the AFD, you can type in the identifier, and then it will take you to something that's sort of like this. And if we look at it, we can see these R's here for Santa Maria, and it tells us that's what radar services are. Basically, it's Santa Barbara approach or departure on 124.15. When they are open, and when they're closed, it's LA Center on 119.05. So in the case of us, that's the frequencies we'll be using. You can also go to SkyVector. They'll tell you the same stuff. You can see it here for airport communications. So that's all helpful for where you find the frequencies, and then you can also just find it in ForeFlight if you happen to use ForeFlight. So that's what we're doing today. I've already fired up the airplane. We're not going to do a run-up or anything like that. Something that I printed out, I like to use in the real world, and I'm using it today, and I'll be using it more going forward, is I created this flight notes template, which basically I used when I was flying. It's got a place to write down the frequencies, the ATIS, taxi, takeoff, execution, or takeoff instructions, your transponder code, en route notes. I always draw a little diagram of the runways that I'm flying in and out of with what the distances are. It's just a handy note-taking mechanism or tool. If I can get around to it, I'll post the Word document on my website at ontheglideslope.net, and if you want to download them and print them, you can. I find them helpful, and I missed using them, so I've got them plugged in and using them here. Let's take a quick look at the chat. Good to see everybody. Trash Laser, thanks. I'm glad it's 5x5. I'm about to turn the motor up so that we can hear control. So if the engine and control are too loud or too quiet, let me know. Otherwise, let's get moving. I hope the weather accommodates. I hope the visibility is good enough to fly out the window. If it isn't or doesn't, then we will we'll just punch it into the flight plan and do it that way. Yeah, thanks, Trash Laser. You watched. I put a video up on understanding Bravo, Charlie, and Delta airspace, and I'm glad it was helpful. That stuff was sort of confusing for me, and when I started thinking about them as upside-down wedding cakes, it got easier. Okay, so I haven't punched in any of our stuff yet, so first we got to get the ATIS. So I like to do this stuff on COM2. So we'll get COM2, ATIS is 121. No.
Airport, ATIS information Romeo, 2151 Zulu, wind 270 at 8, visibility 10, ceiling 1000 broken, temperature 23, dew point 16, altimeter 2984, arriving and departing runway 30, visual approaches in use. Read backhaul runway assignments and hold short
we're using
instructions.
30.
Advise on initial contact. You have information Romeo.
Okay.
Santa Maria Public Airport. ATIS information.
Okay, then we'll put ground on the other frequency, which is 121.9er. We'll swap that over. And then on our main, we will put tower, which is 118.3. And then on the standby, we'll put Santa Barbara departure, which is 124.15. Okay. Tower is 118.3. Santa Barbara is 124.15. We've got ground on 121.9. We want to be talking on ground first, so I'll switch over mic to ground. And it's green here on the PFD, so you can see that that is our active frequency. And again, not lots of MFD stuff today because we're not going to be looking at the moving map. We're going to try to fly looking out the window, so that's our plan. Hopefully I don't get us lost. I haven't heard anybody talking on PilotEdge yet, so that's interesting. We'll see. We'll see if I've lost the thread with them. I don't think I have. Okay, so we're all ready to go. We will call ground and tell them that we're looking for a taxi for a VFR departure to the, we'll say a VFR departure to the northeast. Santa Maria ground, Cirrus 15 Juliet Golf is at GA parking. We've got Romeo looking for a VFR departure to the northeast.
Number 15, Juliet Golf, Santa Maria ground, roger, runway 30, taxi via Alpha 8.
Okay, 30 Alpha 8, 15 Juliet Golf. Okay. Alpha 8. So we're gonna go Alpha 8. Okay, so we're basically gonna go this way. Let me bug my altitude.
26, fly heading 070.
Let me know how the mic is, if that's too loud. Looks like it might be a little loud. I'll turn it down just a titch. Altitude 7,500 feet.
Clearance, Skyhawk 73156. Information.
And heading
West IFR, Montgomery Field.
300.
Skyhawk 73156, Santa Barbara clearance. You're cleared to the Montgomery airfield via runway heading. Radar vectors to Henner. That is filed. On departure, climb maintain 3000. Expect 9,000 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 120.
Alpha 8.
2221.
Okay. I think I know where we are.
Skyhawk 73156.
Kind of wish I had a moving map now.
Montgomery Field, radar vector, correction, runway heading, radar vectors to Henner. Then as filed. Climb maintain 3000. Expect 9,010 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 120.55. Squawk 2221.
Okay.
Skyhawk 156, is that correct?
Let's see, this intersection will tell me where we are.
Burbank Tower, November 6 Mike Alpha, runway cleared at Charlie 7.
This is Alpha
Senior 6 Mike Alpha, taxi to Park, Delta to the ramp this frequency. You can show a pass to the I-30.
Oscar.
Thank
Okay.
you very much, 6 Mike Alpha.
You have a good day.
Going down range.
You too, thank you.
November 1 Golf X-ray, contact SoCal approach 134.
Let me know if they're too loud on the,
134.9er 261 Golf X-ray.
let me know if they're too loud on the headset, will you? Sorry about the bump. It's Alpha 5, okay. I know where we are. It's Alpha 6.
SoCal approach, November 261 Golf X-ray, level at 6,000 IFR.
Number 261 Golf X-ray, SoCal approach, roger. Climb and maintain 8,000.
PilotEdge is busy today.
Climb and maintain 8,000, altimeter 2983, 261 Golf X-ray.
Okay, fuel pump is to boost. Landing light on. We can switch over to comm 1 as our mic. Still monitor comm 2. There's Alpha 7. And this here is Alpha 8. Alright, this is going to be a standard takeoff. We've got 8,000 feet of runway. We're going to be making probably a left departure, heading downwind, and then we'll be going to the northeast. Here's our hold short line. Center lines are for professionals. Oh, differential braking. Okay. Let me know if audio is still 5x5 if you guys would. Okay, so we are on comm 1, flaps 50. Let's go through our flow. Fullest tank, fuel bust into bump, fuel boost, fuel pump is to boost. Jesus, end of the day. Full mixture flaps 50. Let's make sure we got flaps 50. Looks like we do. Controls, free and correct. Controls, free and correct. Coming across. We're good. We've got our altimeter set. What did he say our altimeter was? I wrote it down, right? I already had it. Nope. Okay, we've got 2994, that's good. Santa Maria, altitude 61, we're showing 260, that's all good. Okay, so we're ready to go. So, comp 2, and tower is 118.3, so we're ready to go. Santa Maria Tower, 15 Julie Golf, holding short 30, Alpha 8, ready to go.
Number 15 Julia Golf, Santa Maria Tower, runway 30, winds 280 at 8, clear for takeoff.
Okay, clear for takeoff, and you want us to make a left downwind departure?
November 5 Julia Golf, you're departing to the southeast, is that correct?
We're actually right downwind, we're going northeast.
Number 5 Julia Golf, right downwind departure is approved.
Roger, thanks, 15 Julia Golf, we're on the way. Good enough for us to confirm that. We're going to make a right downwind. Okay. Full power. React call out. RPMs as expected. Engine instruments in the green. Airspeed's alive. We're on the center line. 50% by 50%. Rotation speed 70 knots. Keep it in ground effect. Let's climb the VY. I'm used to all that mountain flying in Utah where this thing doesn't climb. Flaps coming up. We'll have caps available at 700 feet. Caps are available. Okay, our first heading is going to be about 27 degrees. Okay.
Santa Barbara ground sky 73156 information Zulu at signature taxi for departure.
We've got traffic in front of us, 1,700 feet up.
Skyhawk 73156, Santa Barbara ground, runway 15 left, taxi via Charlie.
Sky 73156, runway 15 left via Charlie.
November 1 Golf X-ray, are you having problems establishing on the Seal Beach 319 radio?
Okay, we're coming over Santa Maria.
Stand by 261 Golf X-ray. You copy it.
Push comes to shove, and we're going to fly that for about...
Number 1 Golf X-ray, do you require a hold at Seal Beach?
3 minutes. There's the reservoir, it looks like, right there. When we get to these mountains, we're going to fly to about 57 degrees, give or take.
We're having some issues with transportation. We should be able to get back on track here in a moment. 261 Golf X-ray.
There's the highway.
Advise if you need any special handling. I can just give you vectors if need be.
That's the river.
Appreciate it. We'll let you know. 261 Golf X-ray.
Okay. Hopefully we get this right. Now, as soon as we're out of their airspace, we can switch over and pick up flight following. We'll tell them that we're about...
SoCal approach, 261 Golf X-ray. Can we get those vectors, actually?
What's the vector, Victor?
Number 261 Golf X-ray, roger. Fly heading 330, maintain 8,000.
330, maintain 8,000. 261 Golf X-ray.
Okay, there's the...
Number 1 Golf X-ray, just advise when you're able to continue on your...
There's that river.
Will do.
That lake.
Thanks. 261 Golf X-ray.
Okay. And we'll get ready to switch over here to tower in just a second. Okay, I can see the reservoir over here. Got a view out the right window. Got a view out the left window. and out the front window. So there's that little lake, okay. And then this is the dried reservoir in front of us. Okay, when we get over that, we'll fly to 27. So we're right over the range. So we can switch over now to Santa Barbara, which we will do. And what are we at? We're at 4,000 feet. Santa Barbara departure, Sirius 15 Juliet Alpha, VFR request.
November 15 Juliet Golf, Santa Barbara approach squawk 6063, say request.
Alright, squawking 6063. And we're 4,300, we're climbing 7,500. We'd like advisories to Bakersfield, if we could have them.
November 5 Juliet Golf, roger. Just, can you say your type aircraft?
Cirrus SR-22.
Aviator 26, clear direct Adam.
Alright, I just entered the squawk code.
Clear direct Adam, Aviator 26.
November 5 Juliet Golf, you're ready to contact 10 miles north of Santa Maria Airport. Santa Maria altimeter 2984, maintain VFR.
Yeah, 84 and stay VFR, 15 Juliet Golf. 6063.
SoCal approach 261 Golf X-ray. We have
Okay, we're still climbing. I'm just hand flying the whole way.
Just letting you know.
Number 1 Golf X-ray, you said altitude indicator failure?
Attitude indicator 261 Golf X-ray.
You don't need an attitude indicator
Advise if you need any more special
to fly.
Will do, thanks so much. 261 Golf X-ray.
Unless you're in the clouds, in which case you do. But you've got an attitude indicator. It's called the horizon. I was going up once with my my instructor, and the artificial horizon attitude indicator wasn't operative. I'm like, guess we can't go. He goes, can you not see? I was like, I can see fine. He goes, well then we can go flying. I was like, oh yeah, I've got an attitude indicator. It's called the horizon. But for IFR flight, you definitely need it. Okay, we are over the front range now. I think now's about the time we want to hit to 57 degrees is our heading. And then not a lot of landmarks, so we're going to be looking for them for sure. Hopefully we won't get too far off, but we'll find out. We're using the Apple Maps.
Tower, Sky 73156, short of 15 left, ready for departure.
There's this one road that flies through here that we should intersect if we're generally going the right place.
Tower, runway 15 left, winds 240.
I think I see it right there.
Sky 73156,
Out the left. I can show you out the left.
5 left.
You can see that road down in that valley. That, I believe, is the road we are following. Give or take.
Here's 5 Juliet Golf. You said final altitude 7,500, correct?
That's affirmative.
Thank you. Aviator 26, contact SoCal approach 135.4.
135.4, Aviator 26.
All right. What's that over there? There's a valley. Has a bunch of stuff in it. And then we want to come up and find the Cayama River. I'm also looking for, there's power lines that we should see.
SoCal approach, Aviator 26, level 5,000.
Once we get over the Cayama River, there's a highway. That should be pretty obvious to us and give us some sense if we're in the right spot or not. But
Aviator 26, SoCal Roger.
we got a little ways before we're there. All right, that's 1,000 feet to our altitude. I'm seeing that valley over there. It's only about a 30-minute flight for us, so
November 1 Golf X-ray, if you could just
it'll come sooner than we
your
think.
current heading, This is a perfect track for you.
Okay, there's the new Keimer River. I can see it out the left window.
156, contact departure.
And we'll be at 7,500 feet here pretty fast. All right, so there's the new Keimer River.
6, contact departure.
Here's 5 Juliet Golf, contact LA Center 135.5.
35.5, 15 Julie Golf.
SoCal departure, Sky 73156, passing 900, climbing 3,000.
All right, so we're crossing over the river.
Skyhawk 73156.
We're right about where I think we should be.
Correction departure, your radar contact, climb and maintain 6,000.
Sky 73156, climb and maintain 6,000.
LA Center, Sirius 15 Juliet Golf, climbing 7,500.
Number 15 Juliet Golf, LA Center, Roger. Bakersfield, altimeter 2977.
77.
November 1 Golf X-ray, contact SoCal approach 134.2.
Okay.
34.2, 1 Golf X-ray.
All right. I think we are right about
SoCal 261 Golf X-ray, level at 8,000.
I think we are right about
Number 261 Golf X-ray, SoCal approach Roger. Burbank, altimeter 2982.
right in here.
2982.
Give or take.
Golf X-ray.
All right, 7,500 feet. We can level off. We can go to cruise, landing light off, boost pump off. Not going to bother running Lena Peak. We're going to be there in 15 minutes. We can start thinking descent. It's not too early to think descent. Bakersfield is at 693 feet, so we're going to need to lose 7,500 feet.
SoCal approach aviator 26.
So if we were to
Zamperini would like to request the
lose, well,
right?
we want to go down to basically 2,000 feet in altitude, so we want to lose 5,500 feet, 500 feet a minute. That's 11 minutes.
Aviator 26, Roger, you can expect it.
11 minutes out is,
Expect the RM29 right? Aviator 26.
$11 minutes out is going to be about when we get on the other side of the front range and into the Bakersfield Valley. So we've got this valley in front of us.
Skyhawk 156, turn left direct header.
I think you can see.
7,000.
And we'll get over it.
Left direct header, maintain 7,000.
And then we cross this ridge and then we'll start our descent. I'm still looking. I can see there's a bunch of solar farms down here, but they are not on the chart. If they are, I'm not seeing them. There's a lake down there. I couldn't be that far north, I don't think. Okay. We're looking for visual objects here. There's a lake. If I'm that far north of that, there's no way I came that far north. Is there? Maybe. I don't know. I'm a little off my heading. Oh, solar farms. We are off. We're off course. I'll show you where we are and where we're supposed to be. This is why it's good to practice pilotage from time to time. So we are I'll show you right where we are. We are up here over these solar farms, and we want to be down here. So I'm basically going to just draw a new heading, and then we'll follow that over. So from the solar farms to Bakersfield is 74 magnetic. Okay, so that's the heading we want. And that's the heading we're on. And now we should get back on track. You can see the solar farms out the left window here. Yeah, Nathan, I would pick up the VOR radio, but I'm trying to do this just with Pilotage, so we're just flying out the window today. We're not using any. We're only doing visual navigation. That's the plan. So we went quite a bit further north than I expected, but that's okay. We'll come over this front range. And we've got a decent headwind. If you look at the PFD, you can see over here on this side, it shows that we've got a 13 knot headwind with no crosswind. Okay, so we're coming down the valley. I can see generally where we are. And more solar farms down here. Okay, I got those on the charts. Good. Yeah, we're on about the right heading. We're going about the right way. There's that extra lake. Okay. Feeling better now. This road cuts right through, which I can see. Alright. There's the river. We're holding altitude reasonably well. Yeah, and that heading there is 70 magnetic, about right. Okay. So once we get over these mountains, we want to start listening for the Bakersfield ATIS. Bakersfield ATIS is 121, see 118.6.
Right. Visual approach is in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Romeo. Meadows Field, Bakersfield, California. ATIS information Romeo. 2154 Zulu. Wind 290 at 11. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 36. Dew point 14. Altimeter 2977. Arriving and departing runways 30 left, 30 right. Visual approach is in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Romeo.
Alright, so we've got Romeo there.
Meta.
Which is good. I'm losing my altitude a little bit here.
Aviator 26, contact SoCal approach 128.
Okay, once we are over these hills, we've got 14 minutes to Bakersfield, so we'll go just another minute or two. Let's get our altitude discipline back. And I've got a watch for that, so not hard to do. Okay, there's the straight highway coming through the road, or through the mountains. Gotta get this baby trimmed. There we go.
Skyhawk 156, contact Point Magoo approach 124.7.
Okay, there's a road coming straight through.
Aviator 26, SoCal approach, roger.
All right.
Cross Seal Beach 3000, cleared for the RNAV runway 29 right approach.
We are generally in the right place. Be nice if there's a big highway to follow, but there is not. Come a little bit to this side.
Skyhawk 73156, Point Magoo approach, roger. Camarillo, altimeter 2982.
Okay. I'm going to start coming down here in a minute. Still looking for other...
Sky 156, climb and maintain 8,000.
Oil field, pipeline, lots of oil fields, plants. Should be a road heading basically at 0.80, so let's take that heading. Okay. All right. Sorry, I haven't had much of a chance to look at the chat. We're wandering on our altitude here also. Yeah, Nathan, that's the plan we're going with. Out the window navigation, which is why I'm working hard not to get too confused here. Those look like oil fields. Those look like oil fields. We should start coming down. I don't think I ever turned off the live traffic plug-in.
Westbound, type unknown, altitude indicates 4,500 VFR.
I did. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. I'm going to tell them we're coming in now. Lady Center, Sirius 15 Juliet Golf, like to start our descent.
Silver 5 Juliet Golf, roger, maintain VFR. Contact Bakersfield approach 118.8.
Okay, 118.8, 15 Juliet Golf.
Aviator 26, you copy traffic? Aviator 26, negative.
Okay, there's the aqueduct. I see that. Start coming down. Bakersfield approach, Sirius 15 Juliet Golf, 7,200 descending.
Sirius 15 Juliet Golf, Bakersfield approach, Bakersfield altimeter 2977. Report Bakersfield to site.
77 Wilco, 15 Juliet Golf. Okay, so there's the aqueduct. Once we cross the aqueduct, we're 8 minutes out. All the roads here are running east-west, so we should be following these roads. That looks about right. Once I get there closer to the highway, the road, we'll be able to figure out exactly where we are. There's the aqueduct. And there's the road on the other side of the aqueduct. You guys can see the aqueduct out this window better. Ortho scenery's looking great, isn't it? Let's change tanks. The aqueduct? What have the Romans ever done for us? The aqueduct? Oh, yeah, right.
26, we will be able to make the crossing restriction Seal Beach at 3.
Okay, so we want to come down to 1,600 feet.
Roger.
Meadows is at 700, so 1,700 feet's our next altitude. Plug that. And we're looking. We're also poking along here. We don't need to go this slow. With this headwind. Come on, baby. Get trimmed. There we go. Alright, that's the main Y. I think that's the main east-west road I see down here. So we're going to follow it. The aqueduct makes a bunch of jiggity jaws, as we would say, right down here. Okay, so we're right there. There's the substation. And if we follow that road, it's going to take us just south of the field. And we're going to be expecting 30 left or right. And Bakersfield Tower, we should go ahead and dial up. That's 118.1. So we're ready for that. And on COM 2, we can dial up Bakersfield Ground, which is 121.7. The old adage, if you don't have anything to do, do something. See the aqueduct out that window? And I do not yet have the field, but we will here at some point. Oh, finally, stabilize. All right. This is Orbix scenery. Yes, it is. But I'm using the Microsoft, I'm using the map enhancement ortho. Okay, is that the little airport there? Yeah, so that's Elk Hills Airport right out that window. You can see? Okay, so we're right here. Okay, I know exactly where we are. Perfect. Question from the chat. Plumbing is the latest thing to hit a room. From the chat, have any plans of moving to MSFS24? I fly MSFS24. I fly it in VR. I don't fly it in the real sim because it can't render 3 screens like this the way that I do it. These are different screens at different proportions, and it just can't do the fields of view and make the trigonometry work. I also, as a pilot, I much prefer, it looks out good out that window, I much prefer the flight model of X-Plane, and I find it's easier to use and to configure as well. Still don't have the field. It's going to be just north of here, on the other side of town, on the other side of the highway. So we're looking. We'll keep coming down 500 feet a minute. So, but MSFS is beautiful, like it looks amazing, but I actually think, you know, this looks pretty amazing, and I find X-Plane can look this good just with map enhancement. Like, you don't need to buy Orbix. This is Orbix, but just for the, like, the road networks and the buildings and stuff, it's not the ortho scenery. The ortho scenery is free, map enhancement. If you want to use Apple Maps, you pay a little bit a year, but not very much. Okay, we're still coming down 4,200 feet. I can see the outskirts of Bakersfield now. That's where the railroad track peels off. I can see that. So we're just almost to that on the chart. So if I were to quickly try to show, well, I'm not going to be able to show you on the chart right now. I got to do what we're doing. There's the highway we're crossing over.
Skyhawk 156, contact SoCal approach.
So we're looking for the field. It should be coming up here. We should be just a few minutes from it. I don't quite have it. I have my dog losing his mind in the other room. I don't know if you guys can hear that. We're over speed. We're doing 180 knots. Let's bring it back a titch. Okay, descent checklist. We've got the landing light on. Straps, fullest tank, boost, mixture full, rich. Looking for the field. I think I've got the field right there. Okay. Center Bravo approach, Sirius 15 Juliet Golf has the field.
Number 5 Juliet Golf, Roger. Before you go, you got traffic at 2 o'clock, 5 miles, appears northbound, type of no, not to get, indicate 2,500.
Okay, we're looking, and appreciate your help.
Number 5 Juliet Golf, contact Bakersfield Tower, 118.1, see you.
No, 18.1, 15 Juliet Golf. Okay, I'm looking for that traffic. You can see here on the MFD. He's below us. I don't see him yet.
73156, SoCal approach. Burbank altimeter to 982.
Okay, we'll switch over
Skype 73156, roger.
to Bakersfield Tower. I called him Santa Maria that time, but he left me on
Aviator
the...
26, contact Torrance Tower 133.07.
Contact Torrance.
Okay, he's right in front of us, 700 feet. I'm going to hold altitude right here until we are past this guy. Bakersfield Tower, Sis 15 Julie Golf, inbound, full stop.
Number 15 Julia Golf, Bakersfield Tower, enter left downwind, runway 30 right, report downwind.
Okay, left downwind for 30 right, we'll call it the downwind, 15 Julie Golf. Okay, 30 right. Let's get our heading bug set to 30. Keep looking for that traffic.
Right approach.
Aviator 26, Torrance Tower, report final approach 6 inbound.
Alright, we'll report
30 right is going to be the farther runway, not the near runway. I still don't see that traffic, although he's apparently... Oh, there he is. I got him right there. Okay.
156, climb maintain 900,000.
156, climbing to 900,000.
There's traffic coming the other way, too. I've got him. No matter, no concern. Okay, and so there's the field. We're going to be coming in on a downwind for 30 right. Keep coming down. Field's right in front of us. Keep coming down to 1,700 feet. This is the airport right here.
Walker 1669, LA Center.
At least I think that's the airport. Sure looks like the airport. Okay, slowing now significantly. Yeah, that's the field right in front of us. Coming down to 1,700 feet. Three to 0 right's the long runway on the other side. Bakersfield Tower, 15 Juliet Golf, entering the downwind for 30 right.
Stand by.
Watch our altitude. We got...
November 3 Alpha Tango, runway 30 right, clear to land, wind 290 at 10. I'm sorry, I said the wrong call center. 15 Juliet Golf, runway 30 right, clear to land, wind 290 at 10.
30 right, clear to land, 15 Juliet Golf. Okay, we are coming up abeam our landing point. Oops. A little sloppy today.
November 261 Golf X-ray, contact Los Angeles Center.
Airplane isn't trimmed.
125.27.
125.
We're a little low.
See ya.
We'll just fly a tight pattern. First flaps.
Los Angeles Center, November.
There we go. Would it be about 100 knots?
November 261 Golf X-ray, Los Angeles Center.
Coming onto our base.
Are you able to climb the airplane? I understand you have an attitude indicator indicating that you can't fly like numerical headings.
Going fly flaps 100.
Torrance Tower, Aviator 6 is Zilba.
1 Golf X-ray, we'll call you back and we'll have a different altitude assignment for MBA.
Okay.
Maybe
We're on
26,
base.
runway 29 right, clear to land.
Runway 29 right, clear to land, aviator 26.
1 Golf
90
X-ray,
knots.
stand by. Aviator 26.
Slow down nice.
Verify runway 29 right, clear to land.
Turn into the final. This has a very
Aviator
long,
26, runway 29 right,
extended,
clear to land.
you'll see here there's a displaced threshold that's really high, really long.
26 cleared to land, 29 right.
1 Golf X-ray, say again.
Look at that displaced threshold. You can take off with that, but you can't land on it. There we go. We're on the glide slope, pardon the pun.
Alright, November 1 Golf X-ray, roger.
I like our power, I like our speed, 90 knots.
I'll call you back.
I like us to be a little bit slower. There we go. I know we've got 3 red, but I'm aiming for the numbers. Working that headwind and crosswind. To the end of the runway.
November 261 Golf X-ray, climb to maintain 10,000, advise if unable.
I don't think we're going to catch that one. Would have been nice to have made that taxiway. Flaps coming up. Here's the next one.
Attention all aircraft. Nose field information. Foxtrot current. Altimeter 2977.
Alpha at Foxtrot. Center line's there for professionals. Notice tower 15 Julie Golf clear of 30 right at Foxtrot Alpha going to the GA ramp.
5 Julie Golf, taxi to parking, the Alpha raised frequency, we'll see it.
Okay, Alpha, stay with you, 15 Julie Golf. He could have sent us over to ground. There's a ground frequency here, but it's the same guy working both stations, so rather than make me change a frequency and him listen on a different frequency, he just tells you to stay with him. That's quite common in the real world. Landing lights are coming off. Lean the motor a little bit, fuel pump off. Flaps are coming up. I'll get over here and park and then we'll talk about it. That felt like some serious task saturation there on the descent. Hand flying, pilotage, descent planning, handoffs. Like that felt like flying for a minute. As opposed to having autopilot do everything for you and having the map, route on the map, and using a vertical descent profile, yada yada yada. But that's good. That's part of the reason I do this, is so that it feels like flying. This looks like a nice place to park right over here. Then it's dinner time. Then I'll look at the chat. I haven't been able to look at the chat at all. My apologies. I can't do all this and look at the chat at the same time. Put it right over here. Wait for the crew car to come get us. The follow me guy. Okay. Fuel pump is off. Mixture out. Keys. Lights. Switches from right to left. And parking brake. Okay, let's talk about it. That went pretty well. Got a little bit lost on the way out, but we found ourselves back. You know, moving at 140, 150, 160 knots, things go by fast. It doesn't take long to cover a lot of territory. We were fine with the handoffs. I called him Bakersfield. I called him Santa Monica maybe, or Santa Barbara instead of Bakersfield once. I'm sure when I watch the stream I'll find other mistakes that I made. We were fine on the pattern. We found the airport okay. Once we got over that last range, we did a fine job of navigating. Descent was fine. We were down to design altitude at about the right time. We came in too hot. We were going really fast. In an airplane like the SR-22, it's like it's built to go fast. There's no reason to slow down way before you get to the airport, but you got to make sure that you're, you know, at 100 knots by the time you hit pattern. Hit the pattern. We were just a little bit over that probably, but we were fine by the time we were being our touchdown point. We lost a couple hundred feet of altitude there on the downwind leg. I just flew a tighter pattern, but ideally you want to stay, you know, at the right altitude people are expecting you to be at. Landing was fine. Other than that, let's see what we've got in the chat. Hey, so Keith, thanks for, yeah, SBA. Thank you, Keith. The weather engine, textures, and X-Plane since the update are the best of all platforms. Yeah, I think X-Plane's looking great. I have Active Sky, but I'm not using it, and so maybe I will on the next flight and see what I think of it. Graphic settings for my 3 screens. If you're still watching, I'll show you. I'll go to the right-hand screen here, and I'll show you graphic settings. So here's what I have. Now I've got 2 machines. I've got one machine that's running the front and right screen, and a second machine running the left screen. This is what I've got in terms of my settings. I've actually super sampled down my 4K screen. No reason for me to have it 4K. You can't see it in the sim. Or on the stream, so I can tell the difference, but you can't, so I just take it down. And then field of views here, and then my vertical offsets, my fractional offsets. And then for the side monitor, the field of views, and the fractional offsets. And then the exact same side monitor settings on the other machine. And then slightly better pumped up graphic settings because it's just one machine and I get higher frames on it. Now these screen settings, in terms of the fields of view and the offsets, they're specific to the size of the screens and where the eye point is for the camera. So you need to do the trigonometry to get all that right. But if you just, and in one of my earlier streams I talk about this, if you put in the size of the 3 screens and where the eye point of the camera is, distance between the 3 screens and the eye point, and give it to ChatGPT, it'll give you everything that you want to know. And we'll tell you what settings to put in, and then you just figure out the offsets. I just set up at the end of a runway and move the offsets a little bit until all the lines connect and are the right, have continuity between them. Looking on the stream in my case. If you don't have a camera, you'll want to sit in the middle of the cockpit to have all that look correct for where your eye point's going to be. Thanks for the landing compliment. Ghosting, glad to be back. Please keep watching. Wesley's, thanks for watching. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat. Next flight, probably this weekend, and probably the next Alphabet Challenge flight, but I might do something different. If you have a request, put a request in the chat, in the comments, and I'll see if I can get to that on a future flight, something in the U.S. where I could have air traffic control. If it's in the Sorry about that. If it's in the western U.S., even better. So that's it. Thanks, everybody. It's great to have you watch, and thanks for tuning in. See you soon.